Right guys, so we're here in Flex Unit in Bathgate, and this is the first time I've filmed here for YouTube, so trying to get, as much as I love Future Fitness, trying to get more of an insight into the gyms we have around the Central Belt area. So we'll do a wee walkthrough first. I'll scope out what I want to do. So, usually you're starting with, well, I'm starting with some sort of pullover, and then a pull down, and then a variation of rows, whether that's free weight machine or whatever it may be. Not been doing any kind of hinge recently because I feel I've got like sciatic pain through my left side. So down from my left, through my lower back, through my glute, all the way down to like my Achilles. And that all started when I started putting direct glute work back in. So that's obviously been binned. That's about 3 weeks ago. I wasn't seeing anything from it anyway, but I was wanting to just bring the glutes up a little bit more. I've fallen to that trap before, wanting to bring them up, doing direct work, and then before I know it, I've either got sciatic pain or hip pain. So I should just know going forward never to do direct hip work, glute work ever again. So now that's out, it does feel a lot better, and I've had it treated a few times, but it's still not quite there for it to do like heavy hinges just now. So like I said, we'll have a look about, decide what I want to do, and then go from there. There's a pullover machine over there, but the only pullover machine I really kind of can deal with, or not deal with, is the Dorian pullover they have at Flex Unit, not Flex Unit, that's here. It's Ultra Flex, so I probably won't touch that. So I'll probably just start with a rope pullover. I might change the attachment about depending on what they've got. And then we've got the Panata pull down here. I shall probably do that single arm. In future, we've bought one of these Mega Mass machines, but it's the T-bar row variation of that. So this is the barbell row one, so I'll probably give that a wee try as well. Yeah, it's really nice, that. I'll buy that as well. So luckily, like, good gyms like this will have like some of the best kit you've got. So obviously you got Prime USA, as we do in Future Fitness. So that gives us the ability to kind of swap things out pretty easily. But yeah, probably just go with the flow. But there's wee bits in here that I've not tried before, so probably go with them for the old YouTube and the old gram. So let's see how they go. So I'll do a quick update of where I am. So that's me come to the end now of my off season essentially. We've been pushing since late May, and so that's been 23 weeks, 23-week push. As I mentioned in previous videos, I wasn't ready mentally to go into a prep for my pro debut. The pro debut is probably even more special than your first ever show, and I didn't want to go into that having doubts. Not doubts as in like where I'll place. Being honest, going into your first pro season, most guys can't really expect to place that well. It's more so about finding your feet, testing the water and seeing where your physique lands, getting feedback off the back of that, and then seeing if going forward it's something to pursue. That's what I've got in my head anyway. But yeah, I feel far more ready to prep now. Well, I'm 100% ready now. So start prep on the 5th of January. And from Monday until then, it's just a case of just holding my composition, holding my body weight. We'll taper all the PEDs back as well. So I've laid out everything on the Train by JP site. That'll give my body a nice break, like a 10-week break. And then as of the 5th of January, we'll start the prep. So the schedules haven't been released yet, so I don't really know show-wise. So I'm kind of just going off the schedule this year, but ideally mid-May, and ideally an American show. So that's what I'm thinking anyway. So not a huge one like the New York Pro. I would not like to do a show like that for my first show. But yeah, we'll see what's happening, see what's on offer, and then we'll make a decision from there. So the plan is to do 3. So an American one, maybe 2 Europeans. Just depends on, like I said, where the schedule lands, but feeling a lot more mentally clear, confident, and my physique is definitely now in a place where I'm happy in what I see in the mirror, which is rare for a bodybuilder. So happy where we've landed, composition-wise, size-wise, hitting between 286 and 288 just depends on how the weeks went. And yeah, start prep 5th of January, so happy enough. I hate when my bottle gets lumps in it. Right, so start a rope pullover just to get everything, all the blood in. And I promise the regular YouTube fans that is the only movement that I'll do that has been in every single back episode. We'll do something different today for every movement. So I've noticed a change in my back. So we took out T-bar rows for a while, as in conventional, the one that everyone says doesn't work, and took that out, and I definitely noticed a change in the shape and the fullness of my back. So they got put back in. We're not going to do them today, because again, I filmed them about 20 times, so we will do something different. But yeah, put them back in, and definitely noticing the density through the erector and the outer back come back. So I've said this before, it's like, as good as it is to change up movements, to keep things somewhat exciting by changing things now and again, you're always going to have your staples. So don't be afraid to stick with the staples as much as you're not afraid to make changes. So the T-bar row's been in there since I was 16, and I like to think my back's pretty good, and that to me was clear evidence that it should stay in all the time, because I took it out for a wee bit and then immediately saw the difference. And that's in off-season photos as well, not just pre-contest. So yeah, I was happy with that. Won't do them today, like I said, but no, I just thought I'd point that out before we kick off with this one. So it's good to see like the amount of good gyms in Scotland now. Brad's had this for quite a few years, and it's completely transformed even when I first came here. And yeah, Scotland's, well, Central Belt anyway, has got quite a lot of really good gyms, and it blows my mind why people would still train in JDs and Pures and all that kind of stuff. But when you've got access to good, like American kit, legit kit as well. So no, the gym's phenomenal. And like I said, you know, you can tell that there's definitely more emphasis and more people getting interested in the bodybuilding, the fitness scene, because we're seeing gyms like this pop up now, and it's great to see. Whereas when I first started, those who knew the original Results gym in Aberdeen will tell you it was a shed with about 4 machines in it. So to come from that to then be able to train in gyms like this, somewhat on my doorstep is brilliant. So because you always think like only gyms like this exist in America, and that's certainly not the case now. So I'll try to pull down the Citadel over there. I've used this before, but can't remember what I've done. So we're going to do one working set, just 8 to 12, and then we'll do a back off where I hold the pause for maybe a 1-2 count, and I'll load the top pin to make that stretch a wee bit harder. So just for the back off though. So it's similar to the prime one we have at Future. Don't tell anyone, but I don't particularly like the prime one. It's too wide for me. This one travels in, whereas the prime travels slightly more out. I can't get my lower lat in, whereas I can with the Citadel one. So yeah, like I said, we'll load the top pin with a wee bit of weight for the back off set, which will be like 12-15. Right. Yeah. So I feel good that, like I said, I like the way that travels kind of in rather than out. So like I said, we've loaded the top pin just to emphasize that lengthened portion. Just a little more out with that. I think in the last video, a muscle hat, I was touching on the fact I've had like tricep or elbow tendonitis for a wee while now. That's finally gone, but it was odd because the worst culprits for it were pull downs, not actually tricep work. So yeah, going into finishing off the off season injury free, touch wood, which is good. So you don't want to go into a prep or another phase harbouring any kind of niggles. I did take a week off about 3 weeks ago, that was very much welcomed. I'll do another week off between Christmas and New Year as well before starting the prep. So that's the game plan in terms of rest. To start my last prep, I don't think my shoulder was still bothering me, but I'm starting to have some pains and niggles everywhere. When you're arse deep in an off season, you're eating so much food, PEDs are fairly high, the inflammation in your body is going to be relatively high, so you're going to notice that you're constantly sore, constantly inflamed, just due to the nature of where you are in the off season itself. So that's something to remember. If you're constantly eating, constantly taking in huge amounts of food, no matter how good your recovery is, there is going to be inflammation there. A lot of people report when they take their food down, just say by 20% at the start of a diet, they tend to notice a big drop in water, and that's inflammation more than anything else. So just remember that Flex Unit has 100k dumbbells, but if I'm caught dumbbell rolling again on a YouTube video, I'm pretty sure a few people have something to say, but I'll try to resist the urge. But again, that ties into what I was saying at the start with staples. But no, I promise I won't do anything I do in the future. So yeah, T-bar row. So I've never used the gym I have used the gym Leco one before in performance gym, but it's the one that I've used the least, whereas the Arsenal one or Watson, they're really similar. I've used quite a few times. It's a cool angle, that. It's almost horizontal. So we'll do one all-out set here with a drop set. That's what I've been doing at Future with our T-bar. Just because I've worked the lower lat and the lat there, a wee bit more upper back, so I'll hold the handles up by the joint. So I tend to go relatively narrow. So like my thumb's actually off the handle itself. I just feel that kind of runs closer to my body. I just feel it more in my back. But yeah, trying to hit a bit more upper back with this rather than the lats, rather than these handles here. So yeah, look at that. So like I said, I'll do working set like 6 reps, 8 reps, strip a plate, strip a plate, strip a plate. Boom. Boom. Hey. Boom. 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 Yeah. Fuck. Fuck me. So here we'll do probably one working set and 2 back off if I'm following the same kind of volume that I do with the conventional T-bar. But we'll see. So the Mega Mass brand has started to really kind of take off. So like I don't know if I said at the start, but just bought the linear T-bar for Future, which is due in spring. So it's good to get a wee bit of a shot. It's not this one, it's the T-bar variation, but no, they're good bits of kit. Just trying to figure out where my body sits in it. Oh, fuck me. Lovely. Actually, it does hit my lower back a wee bit, but it's not too bad. The good thing about this is, like, unlike with a barbell roll, you can't cheat at all. You try to cheat and the seat pushes you forward. Should be cheating anyway. So the back sessions, now like I said at the start, kind of following the kind of the structure we've got. It's a pullover variation, which is 99% of the time rope or Vulcan. A pull down movement, whether that's a lat pull down or a plate loaded pull down. And then row, 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 yeah. So we've done 2 rows there with the T-bar and the Mega Mass barbell thing. What a low row variation, so we'll use the flex thing. And I'll do maybe a cable row. So I've been doing my low row variation's been the prime plate loaded row that we've got in Future, which is phenomenal. So not quite the same, but better than nothing. So it's 2 working sets here. Again, because I don't know this machine well. That was 14 reps there. So I've upped it a wee bit. We'll do another set like that. Some sort of low cable. Yeah, I'll do this. Wee cable row, just fire up the lower lat. And then 1 or 2 sets, 8, 12 a side. My back's done. Here. Nah, 1 set. Back's ruined. Remember Chris Osato? Remember seeing an interview with him saying, like, if you know you're done, you're done. So whether that's quite hard to convey to someone who's a beginner or intermediate, or you don't quite know your body. But Chris Osato was like, if you do 2 sets of chest and you're done, you're done. If you feel you've got more in you, do more. Obviously, the vast majority of people now follow training plans. As some of you may know, I'm a bit of both. I like following a plan. Sometimes I don't like following a plan. But yeah, I planned to do 2. Doing that one set there, I realised my back is fried. So after that point, you're not really doing anything after that point. So, but again, that only comes through experience, being able to know when you've pushed it, when you maybe got some in the tank. That takes a wee bit of time to do that. So that sort of wraps up back here at Flex Unit in Bathgate. And as you saw, it was all machine based, but as usually at Future I do T-bar, dumbbell row. But no, it's good to try a few bits of the kit here, for instance the Citadel, which I've used before. Like I said, I've only used it once, but I think I got a better experience at that time. I think last time I used it with Kieran, we kind of just throwing weight about in that. So no, good to try all the vast array of kit that we have here. And like I said at the start, it's amazing that in Scotland now we have so many gyms like this that are cropping up all over the place, where, you know, super gym with all the like proper kits. So do yourself a favour and stop training in pure gyms and JDs. Now that we have access to so many gyms like this. So the plan now is to drop down to a cruise as of Monday. So we'll be doing that for the next 10 weeks. And then, yeah, just try to hold my composition. When I get to the end of a push or an off-season, I don't lose discipline. I still stick to my meals. I still train super hard. But what I tend to notice is, like, off-plan meals, cheat meals start working their way in a wee bit too often. Not that it's a problem. Like I said, my composition's pretty good. But the last thing I want to do, after being so religious and strict over the past 18 months, is to then go and get fat right at the end. So I need to kind of curtail that a wee bit. But it just goes to show that even pros, even though I've never competed as a pro, go through these phases as well. So, but no, I was happy enough with very happy with the off-season we just finished there. So yeah, definitely be making more of an appearance here at Flex Unit, Muscle Heart, PG, all these incredible gyms we now have. So we'll film another one in the new year when it's ready, when it's go time again, and then we'll get some proper footage of the physique then. Probably in Muscle Heart's very complimentary lighting. But once again, guys, remember to follow, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff, share it, and speak to you soon.